Well, and here we are again, County Road 57. So we're at 3 Mile Bay, and I currently don't have the name of the cemetery because we have no signal up here. So I will add that later. Well, that gate came open. Oh god, spiderweb. That one came open easier. Ugh, still spiderweb. You guys have no idea how much I hate spiders. Just a little cemetery off the side of the road. So let's get a feel for what we have going on here. Austin H. Selter, 1862 to 1941. So that's going to start us off with our timeline here. A couple of stones along the edge there that over the years have become broken and separated from their sites, including that looks like a decorative urn piece on the top there. It's sad when that happens. Or maybe they were actually buried along the side here, some of them. What we learned as archaeologists was just because the fence is around the cemetery doesn't mean the cemetery stops for the fence. So you had to be very careful when you were digging test pits around a cemetery. Myron Fish and Mary A. McGillis. That's an interesting name. Let's head on to the back here. Oh well, that might be those stones against the fence. The weather in upstate New York is not kind to old tombstones. 45 years old, Eleanor. Looks like that last name is Rogers, and she died in the 1860s. See, these are scrubbed pretty clean by the wind and the rain. Nice little touch with the fleur-de-lis fennials along the fence. Oh, that's cool, and I'll come back to that one. Oh, this is a name a lot of you might recognize. Klock, which is actually, they were down located where we come from. So Nat Klock Kraus, 1852 to 1929, and there is actually Klock Road around here as well, with that spelling, that K-L-O-K spelling. Oh dear, got some more fallen stones over here. I'm gonna come back around. There's a lot of these trees. Whoa, that is a giant hole. That was almost not good. Oh, no, I found another one. A lot of these types of trees around here, they're kind of interesting looking. I'm not exactly sure what they are, but my husband seems to think they're from the willow family of some sorts. Now this is where that urn may have originally been. See the post on the top. This is the only, well, there's one other stone that's like this in here, but that one still has its urn. And all I can see on that is the name Effie. And eventually this tree will, if not trimmed, just simply engulf all these. Here's a plate, 1950. Usually those are utilized before the stone comes in. It doesn't look like that one came in. Nice little whip to the face with a tree. Eliza wife of Frederick. Well, I'll look at that again and see if I can figure it out. But she lived to be 81 years old. And here is a Benjamin F. Northrup, 1874 to 1953. Northrup is another name that we see commonly. We come from Gloversville, so we see that kind of commonly around there. There's a number of them in the Pioneer Cemetery there, which I'll check out once we get back home. There's Freddie. Emery. It's Borta, it seems. That was what the other name looked like too. With the little tassels carved on the side. Now this one here, I've seen ones like this and they're really, really cool. Is Helen Lucas. 1841 to 1888. That one's really neat too. Let's go around to the side. I'm trying not to give you whiplash. Oh, I was wrong. There's another one, young, and that one has an urn on the top too. Martha A. So this one has the scroll work at the top, and it also has that, it's like a sheriff's badge looking design, which I don't know that I've seen. Usually that's associated with males. I'll have to look up the significance of that, but we have a number of them in our local cemetery. Here's a big Northrup monument. This one also missing its urn. Henry Northrup, and he died 1877. Sally, 1888. Oscar and his wife. This side is blank. And Alonzo. Looks like he was either 2 or 21. It's kind of a big difference. Let's make our way over here. Lots of little markers that are, for the most part, once again, illegible. You can see all this empty space in here, and you know that it's not really empty, just that the stones have been lost. They were probably, I think it'd probably be safe to say there was probably at least double the amount of stones we're seeing right now. Once again, almost impossible to read. It's a beautiful area, and you can do the rubbings, but actually you have to be very careful because you can damage the stone. These look like they're melting. Oh my goodness. There is not a whole lot left there. They've had a really rough go of it. John Smith, 1870, and his wife Lydia, who was 1874, and Hiram, their son, who died at 27, wasn't very old. Jacob Klaus, or Claus, 1773, and he died in 1854. Elizabeth, oh, that's the wife of Abraham Claus. over here we have little Bessie. Bessie died June 24th, 1876. She was a year, 2 months, and 27 days. You can see the little dove on there. And at the bottom, the inscription is incredibly clear. It says, "Of such is the kingdom of heaven." It's amazing how the direction of the stones, or just maybe what was mixed in, determines how they fare over time. This one's kind of neat. Mary wants a hand holding flowers. I've seen a couple of those in here. This last name is Persons. There's another Persons. Here's a Hayes. This one has lasted really well. Solomon Flander, 1821 to 1851. And Mary is 1825 to 1905. Let's get a closer look at this detail on the top. It's pretty darn cool. And there's more at the bottom. Oh, wow. Hiram Flander. The name Hiram seems to be kind of popular in here. Flander, 1904. Look at the design on that. Oh, it's beautiful. And we have another little dove. This is Lucy May, and she was the daughter of Hiram and Mary Flander. She died July 6th, 1875. And she was 2 days old. That's interesting wording. Polly is a relict of Peter Hayes. She's 79 years old. I'm going to say that was maybe a widow. I'll look that up. Put that down below in the comments. It's odd, I've actually never seen that term. It would be neat to stop at each one, but I would probably put you guys right to sleep. Oh, there's a name for you. Pramila. I like to see all the different names that we don't see anymore. Another little stone over that way. Seems to be rather irate of children in this one. This one says, "We'll meet again." He's 43 years old. I always said like that, "We'll meet again" one. This one, the other one next to it says, "At rest." Alright. Well, as is fitting, we have a really beautiful flag blowing gently on this beautiful day. Yesterday was a washout, so today is well deserved, I think. Benjamin. Lloyd, 1904. 1904